Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the live show of the 12th Man on Hawaii Live and the 12th Man FB page. Uh, the week gone by has been a rather dull one at the IPL. Not too much happening in terms of brilliant finishes or big games. Uh, but yeah, we have to do what we have to do. We have to review the games. We have to look forward to what's up next. And uh, hope that we get some more very exciting games coming up very soon. Without much ado, I will add my fellow 12th man, MP from Kolkata, and 12th man Tinks from Mumbai. Hey guys, what's up?
Hi,
Good.
Deepu.
Good,
Hi,
good
MP.
day.
Not a very great week in terms of great cricketing action.
Lot of boring games, I would say.
So before we get into our chit chat, let's quickly show our viewers highlights of the week that went by. Yep.
Sure.
All right. Let me just put that on.
Wow.
Thank you, Ashlyn, for helping us with that. We lost Tinku there. Yeah. I think we saw that in the clipping over there. The thing that really stood out for me in this entire week has been the upping in the standards of the fielding and catching. Some brilliant catches from Ravindra Jadeja, Shikhar Dhawan, Hetmyer yesterday. Suddenly, the fielding standards seem to have been improved, and it clearly shows that the lack of cricket was the reason why these guys are not playing at the best. Uh, Guys, let's start with you, Mahesh. What do you think were the highs of the last week?
The highs in the last week, I would say that I was very happy watching these youngsters like Nicholas Puran, Varun Chakravarti, Rahul Tripathi, like names which we haven't even heard of them before, are making a mark. In fact, Rahul Tripathi has made such a solid mark in this week, also continuously being very consistent, that people have started believing in him. Like if he comes at the slog overs and he can actually, take the match away from an opposition, or take the whole with their own team to victory. So that is the kind of confidence they've given us.
Tinku, the guys who made a mark for you in this week for you?
Like Mahesh said, those guys, and then I was very impressed with Arshdeep Singh and Bishnoi last night, a couple of days back. Like they were really good. Arshdeep Singh playing his first game, he was bowling in his mid 130s, bowling Yorkers after Yorkers, and not letting the opposition score. Similarly, Bishnoi, he's again an under 19 guy, and he took 3 wickets. So the youngsters, I feel the IPL is doing something really good for the Indian youngsters also. With the exposure they are getting, these lot of under 19 guys have made a mark, and that's good for Indian cricket all over.
I think IPL has done that right from year one. It has showcased the Indian talent and kind of brought them to the fore. But not to forget, some of the oldies have been brilliant in the last week too. We saw the Watto and Faf show for Chennai, where they gave them a drubbing, I mean, a 10-wicket victory in an IPL game chasing 160, 150 plus. Phenomenal performance. I mean, everyone had written these guys off, and they came back and showed what they are made of, why they have been champions all these years. And then we had the youngsters. I'm particularly impressed with Washington Sundar. Invariably brought him to bowl in the power play. Bowls his 4 overs extremely economically. May not get the wickets, but he puts the brakes on very early, which the experienced bowlers have also not managed to do.
That's
And
right.
one more player that I think is now coming back into the kind of devastating form that he showed us at last year's IPL is Johnny Bairstow. Johnny Bairstow in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he was almost
He made
unstoppable
that
in the previous game.
250
Yeah.
ball. Phenomenal, phenomenal.
Duds. I mean, some duds who stood out are Steve Smith. I don't know. I'm so disappointed in Steve Smith. Tinku, your thoughts? I mean, what is going wrong with the guy?
It's really surprising the way he's got out. Like he's played some uncharacteristic shots. He's never used to playing such shots. And 2 back-to-back games, he got out in such a manner which he'll be ashamed to watch. He's never played that way. He's always a person who goes for singles, twos, hits the sixes, fours when it's required. Never from ball one. So really,
It's
really, really, very. It's like maybe something on his head. What's going on?
it's
And
almost like
not hit.
it's almost like the green field is reminding him that he's on a golf green because he seems to be wanting to tee off from ball one.
I would say very irresponsible of him. Like he's just not taking it seriously. The other Dhad I would like to mention is Uttapa. I mean, he still hasn't taken off. Like he's been given a lot of chances in all the matches he's been there, but he's not performed in any of the matches.
Well, which is why they kind of they replaced him, and rightly so. But if going by failures so far, I won't be surprised if I mean, I know it's not going to happen, but Steve Smith doesn't deserve a place in the side either. His captaincy's been very ordinary. His batting has been way below par. We have our first viewer for the day, Akshay Anil Sawant from Mumbai, who says Shreyas Iyer has been given the responsibilities similar to what Rohit Sharma had a few years back. This is going to give him more maturity as a player in his performance. He's going to get better for DC as well as India. Undoubtedly, Shreyas Iyer has stood out in all departments so far. Couple of bad games. Yesterday he looked in form, but Rishabh Pant gets the credit for running him out. But yeah, Shreyas Iyer seems to be a standout player and good sign for times to come in for India. We
And he's
have
already playing for India, I guess. I think he's already playing for India, but he's already playing for India a year.
Yeah,
But
of course, he's
even
already
if,
played.
like,
I think it just makes you feel good that it's not a temporary thing. What we saw of him last year IPL and his kind of inclusion in the Indian team, he's a player we can bank on for many more years to come.
yeah.
We have Ankur Pandit who says Glenn Maxwell also needs to be rested. Exactly. Why no Gale? Still no Gale for Punjab.
This is what we were discussing in our last meet when we last Saturday when we met. And the whole week passed by, and Gale was not given a chance. Surprisingly,
I think the universal boss should be back today. Today's game, I think we should see him.
I believe the last game he was out because he had a stomach upset or something. And I'm glad he did, if he did, because finally we can say it's not only India which gives you the Delhi belly. It's also the Middle East. We have Neeraj Das joining us, who says, in this edition, an infliction in the IPL journey where the new gen will take over in a big way from here, and we see a very young IPL player next year. I completely agree, and this is something which I had in mind, which I wanted to talk about today. This is, in all true terms, a transitional IPL. Probably the last one for the likes of Dhoni, Watson, AB de Villiers, and the first and many more to come for a lot of newbies. Tinku, you believe this is going to be the last IPL for a lot of old players?
Yes, definitely yes. Like a lot of people are going to hang up their boots, become the coaches, mentors of the respective teams, and they leave the field. I think they should now, with the kind of fielding standards which are going on. The youngsters are coming up, so the youngsters need to get the chance, and definitely the seniors can be the mentors for the teams.
Very true. Very true. Mahesh, any other players that you think this year will be the last time we see them around?
To my surprise, I'm just wondering
Dhoni,
what will happen.
you think will come back for one more year of IPL or no?
No, I think Dhoni, this will be a last year for Dhoni. And he should peak. I'm expecting him to peak. And as his style has always been, he likes to retire at his peak. So these are those, the last glittering years of the glittering moments in his career. So what he should do is he should peak and he should retire.
We saw some brilliant wicket keeping from him in the last game. 3 catches. One of them was like a goalkeeper's save, which he kind of jumped, stopped,
the
and
last
caught,
catch, yeah.
which is brilliant.
But
Yeah.
Deepak,
So,
having
wicket keeping
observed-
wise, I don't think he's lost his edge.
Yeah,
Batting wise, I believe,
he does get his
I
shot,
believe
but
there's
late. He always he's been starting late, like 3 sixes of the last 3 balls. But what is the point? He's not getting his. I mean, he's been known for a best finisher any player of any country could have had, but he's just not doing that job. He's not being able to finish the matches for his team. That is what is worrying me. Like he's taking time. Like T20 just does not give you time.
but I
You
believe
come again.
as a cricketing mind and a captain, he is still unparalleled. I don't think there's anyone better than him in this version of the IPL also.
Cricketing mind, I agree with you, Deepu. For that, he can always, set aside and start guiding the team from outside rather than be in the playing team.
True.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not advocating him to come back next year as a player, but what I'm saying is that his coolness on the field, his calmness, and his cricketing mind, still to see anyone that matches him on that field yet. Well, moving on, we have Ankur Pandit who says, agree with Neeraj Das, Mavi and Nagarkoti from Kolkata, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Samson, Shaw, all are shining. Half of the CSK team needs to retire. Very true. I agree. Half the CSK team. CSK has believed in backing their old war horses, but yeah, about time that we moved on to see some newer faces for CSK next year, and that'll probably happen. We have Pallavi Das joining us who says, asking the question on a lot of minds, do you guys think Dhoni still has it in him? All 3 of you vote as unemotionally as possible. Okay, I'll take a shot at this first. I would say for this year, I think Dhoni might still show us things that are unexpected of him by many as of now. But for sure, I don't think I would want to see Dhoni come back next year, purely because of my love for him, because I would not want to see him get trolled like has become the norm today, where India starts trolling anyone who doesn't fit their mindset right away. Tinku, your thoughts?
I think he's still good as a captain and wicketkeeper, but batting, he's a big letdown, and he's let India also down a few times in the past before his retirement. He is laboring hard for CSK too. He's not really doing what he should be doing, like coming down the order, not taking the responsibility and playing his game. When he's got the opportunity that time too, he hasn't performed. So somehow the edge is missing. Like he is definitely not the player he used to be earlier as a batsman. So we really need to see whether he fits in the team purely as a wicketkeeper and captain without his batting. That's a question which we need to ask him himself. Like, and the team manager needs to decide.
Okay, so this year that he's already here, I would like to rephrase the question that Pallavi's put. Now that he's already in the team, he's not going anywhere for this year for sure. Do you think he still has it in him to win a few games for CSK?
Yeah, at least 2 or 3 games he will pull it off. I think he will. He will pull it off.
I would like
Mahesh,
to
what
take
about
this.
you?
I do not have any doubt on his fitness or his talent. He is still far brilliance. And this tournament, T20 2020, I think there are a lot of surprises yet to come up. T20 is a complete game of surprises, and we've all seen Dhoni perform, and he will like as he's starting late in all these matches. In the tournament also, I think he'll start late, but he will peak. He will take his team somewhere. I expect CSK in the top four.
Oh,
Excellent.
that's a big bet. That's
Well,
a
we've
big.
spoken about, yeah, but I
No,
guess
but
a lot of us
I come
have a lot of
to that
heart when it comes
question.
to Dhoni.
No, but I come back to the question which Palvi just put up that answer this unemotionally. Yeah, if you think about it unemotionally, fine. But yeah, that when Dhoni comes, emotion just comes in. Like you're so connected to that man.
To me, this question is not something that we can answer because I think cricket and emotion you cannot keep them aside. They go hand in glove and extremely difficult. If anyone can do it, hats off to them. But yeah, for us, cricket is all emotion. Well, we've discussed what we thought were the hits and the misses last week. We move over to our youngest 12th man, Rudransh Das, who will bring us his thoughts. And guys, do make a mark. These are players he picks out every week. He studies them and he brings them to you. Like I mentioned last week, these may or may not be the players who were the best in the week that went by, but these are players who are making an impact, and we will bring you new players every week. So even if someone performs very well for 2 weeks in a row, they will not feature on Rudransh's list because they were the best, but because we want to cover more and more players. So Rudy, welcome Rudy. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Excellent. I
Rudy.
don't need to ask you who you support. Your T-shirt says it all.
Yeah, so my t-shirt will also say who's the player of the week for this week. It is Shane Watson. For the simple reason, and I think in the first 4 or 5 games, Shane Watson was not playing his best cricket, and me and everyone were telling that why putting Shane Watson, drop him out because he's slowing down the innings, and that's why CSK is losing. But I think in this week, he's just created an impact for the CSK and also winning the game for them in Punjab. And I know he's going to also do this in RCB against RCB today, his former team.
Excellent. So that was
And for
your
the
batsman for the week. Do you have a
and
bowler
the
for the week
bowler
too?
week is also going to be no surprises. Trent Bolt. There's nothing much like Kagiso Rabada. Trent Bolt is a very first class, amazing bowler. Um I think he's sucking to the purple cap holder, and I'm not going to be surprised if end of the year he doesn't have a blue cap but a purple cap. And yeah, there's a lot to see about Trent Bolt, and hope we can see that very soon.
Excellent. Thank you for your inputs, Rudy. That was
Thank you.
brilliant. Guys, I think Rudy's choice is immaculate. We couldn't agree more.
In fact, I look forward for this segment, and I feel it very interesting for guys like Rudy of this age making. I mean, getting in so deep into cricket and studying it so well, and letting us know. I mean, this is
Also,
very well done, Rudy.
about Shane Watson is that I was seeing about him is that he has not been given a lot of opportunities for a lot of other teams like Rajasthan and RCB. So that's why also people are telling that why are you putting him in CSK? Why are you not giving him away? Because the reason RCB and Rajasthan sold him was because he was aging. But I think CSK took some magic with him and made who he is today.
But Rudy, do you believe this will be the last IPL for the likes of Dhoni and Watson and Patrick
No,
Duffy?
I know they're gonna come back next year.
I love
The
the way
way
you
they
said
are, because I think you might have heard the interview of Faf du Plessis, right? In the way they are playing and the way they are working out, they feel like they're 21-year-olds.
wow, that is excellent. I mean, Rudy, you are one guy who can tell our viewer Pallavi Das that we cannot answer this question unemotionally. It's not done unemotionally by anybody here, right? Fantastic, Rudy. Thank you so much. That was brilliant as always. We look forward to having you back next week. I repeat, I hope you are doing your studies also and not just studying
I
these
am.
games. You are, right?
I only do this
We-
on the
we-
weekend.
Yeah, we don't want your parents to kind of call us up and say you don't want to come on the show anymore because you're not studying. Yeah. So put your best foot forward there, and we know what you're capable of.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Enjoy the day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
This kid
Brilliant.
does amaze me, man.
That's a sharp mind, huh, the kid has. He has a real sharp
Right.
mind, in-depth knowledge of the game. He's studying each and every game properly. So that's good. That's good.
I love this response. No. Like, period. Why are you even asking me this question? Guys, all three of us are wearing purple t-shirts today. Coincidence or is that a love for KKR? I know it's not Tinku's love, but
For me, it's love for KKR.
absolutely for me too.
Coincidence. I'm surely a Punjab guy for the Punjab.
So KKR versus Punjab, big game today, and we have again 2 versus 1. But yeah, Punjab, man, I wish they could go into one of those gold markets of Dubai and buy themselves some luck, because I just think that's the only thing they're missing.
You know what I feel? They have too much of dependence on KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. If these two openers are just not performing, the middle order is just letting them down. They like the first 6 overs, they are just expecting them to take carry forward, and then probably they come up with a big score. Otherwise, they're just not being able to do it. And KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal, yes, they have the orange cap with them, but in T20, it has to be a team game. Everybody has to perform in their own fields. Where batting is concerned, I'm talking about.
But I would think it's more the bowling that is letting them down, because if you see, Puran has come good for them in the last couple of games, and they've been putting up reasonably good scores, but not being able to defend them. So although the chunk of the batting has been done by the top two, they've put up some very good scores, but the bowling seems to fail them game after game.
Well,
Tinku,
Maxwell
yours?
is also even
Like
Maxwell
that's
has that
so
down well.
Yeah, Maxwell
Then
is
Maxwell, like you expect him to finish games, you expect him to score, and he's doing nothing, absolutely nothing. Just 48 runs out from the 6 games he's played. Definitely, the universe boss Gale has to come back to change the fortunes of Punjab. He has to. He has to definitely come in.
But
You know
Ravi
what?
Bishnoi is performed. Where bowlers are concerned, he did a good job.
He
Mohammad
has-
Shami
what
is
I'm
doing a good job.
They have some brilliant individuals so far, fantastic individual performances, but as a team, they've
That's
not
what
been able to deliver.
Correct.
And you know what actually is bothering me now is that when you keep someone of the status and standards of a Chris Gale outside the field for so long, when you get him in, what kind of a mindset is he going to be in? Is he going to be game ready? Is he going to deliver? Too many questions on that front, because a player like him sitting out is not easy for his ego or his mindset to accept that he's going to sit and watch games for Punjab. But do you think if Kiswell comes in today, he's going to make it turn around? Tinku,
I think that.
since it's Punjab, I think let's let Tinku go first.
Well, he's a big guy. He's a game changer. So he doesn't have to prove anything to anything to anybody. But definitely, there's the fire inside him. He must be wanting to prove his own team members. Well, guys, you made me sit out. Now see the way I bat. And he's the person who can take the game away single-handedly. He's done it many times in the past for many teams, for West Indies and for so many IPL teams he's played for. So I'm sure it's going to be a big difference if he comes back today. And maybe the fortunes of Punjab will change. Fingers crossed, it will change.
Excellent. So Tinku banking on luck for Punjab, which is the only thing that has been missing. Very quickly, let's move into our next segment, which is the fan of the week. We had Pravir Arora from Mumbai, a young gun again, who sent in us some very valid questions and feedback. We'll bring him onto our live. And hello, Pravir.
Hi.
Hi, Praveer.
So
Hi.
guys, Pravir is our super fan of the week. Why Super with SOO? Super is the latest brand of ice cream that is now with us on this show. And Pravi, congratulations on being the Super Fan of the Week. We will send you tons of Super ice cream. Do click pictures of them and put them on Instagram and tag
Yeah.
Super. But which is the team that you think needs ice cream the most? I mean, which is the team that is going all guns blazing and needs to cool down a little bit? That's all.
I think Delhi, but like Delhi have lost a few games now, but I think they are the team to watch out for, and like I think they are winning the league, and they need to make it even for other teams as well.
So we did a background check on you. Your dad is, I mean, as you can all see, Sardar, your mom is born and brought up in Delhi. So you're Punjabi, Delhi, but you live in Mumbai. So which team does your heart sing a song for?
I prefer Delhi.
Over Mumbai?
Yeah.
No, it's not what you prefer. I'll repeat my question. Which team do you want to win? Delhi now seems to be
Delhi,
everyone's favorite now that they're playing well. But
No, not because of that, but because like Mumbai have been winning every year, and Delhi haven't been doing so well. So rooting for the underdog. Yeah, so Delhi.
yeah, they've been underdogs, I mean, by a mile for the last few years.
Yeah.
But excellent. Your one standout player in the last week?
Standout player, I would say Rahul Tripathi. Rahul
Excellent
Tripathi
choice.
was yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what he did when he used to play for Pune earlier, and
Yeah.
he did for Kolkata.
Yeah, like he's an opener coming down the lineup and still doing very well for the team. That shows like what a quality player he is.
In fact, now that you mentioned, it just struck me that 3 players who have made a mark with the bat this year are all Rahul. You have the KL Rahul, you have Rahul Tripathi, and you have Rahul Tewati.
Yeah.
Excellent. Pravi, prediction for today. KKR versus
Punjab, I think Punjab should win it. Punjab, come back.
Okay.
And I think Punjab will bring back in the lineup.
You're wearing the Punjab team.
Yeah.
Well, good having you on the show, Pravi. Do enjoy the ice creams and remember us when you're eating them. Don't forget to tag Super on Instagram and do tune in every week. Send us your thoughts, send us your questions. It's amazing to see young kids like y'all, come on the show and give us so much input because we always thought we were the bosses of cricket, but it's nice to hear a point of view from the younger team also. Thank you, Pravi.
Thank you.
Another young mind, man. Another young mind who has so much insight into the game. Guys, something that we've all been waiting for. Something I don't know if we'll be able to replicate ever again in this show. But we have amongst us a friend from Melbourne, Mr. Nikhil Daftri. Nikhil and myself go back a very long way. We were born in Calcutta in the same building. We played a lot of cricket together. Nikhil's been in Melbourne for a very long time now and used to be a lovely batsman, brilliant fielder, very sharp on the field. And in Melbourne, while working and building his career and family and everything, he has taken out a lot of time and money to build a sports museum of sorts in his own house. I will very quickly bring Nikhil onto the show. Hey, Nikhil.
Unmute.
Hey guys, how you doing? Go KKR.
Hey, Nikhil. Nice
Okay,
nice to
see
see you.
Go KKR. Tinku, now it's 3 versus 1, bro.
Yes, 3 versus 1.
How's Melbourne doing, bro?
Excellent. Still in lockdown, but yeah, we're doing pretty okay. Hopefully, we'll come out of lockdown soon.
Excellent. We all hope we do, man. We all hope we do.
Yes.
Deepu, you forgot to mention what a wonderful host Nikhil is. In 2016, when we were there to watch the India-South Africa match in Melbourne, and Nikhil and his wife hosted us. We had such a wonderful time for the entire 12th man. Thank you, Nikhil.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, it's a pleasure. And although I was trying to sneak into the group for a boys' night, but didn't get a hall pass. Yeah, no, it was great.
Let's hope this lockdown ends soon and we can meet in neutral ground where we all can just get out.
Yeah.
My wife is watching the show. No, we'll come with our wives. Don't worry.
But we can always sneak out one of the days.
And we were hoping that if the T20 happens this year in Australia, we'll see the whole 12th man, the whole gang here. But guess we got to wait for another year.
Dude, India next year, you need to come down because we
Yes,
plan to
great,
travel
for sure.
to watch all the games.
100%.
Great. Nikhil, Ashlyn, can we have Nikhil on the screen? And Nikhil, can you take us through your collection of memorabilia that you've done through the years?
It's I'll just show you guys. It's just I'll start off from here. My study is overcrowding now, so start off with the Don Bradman, the legend himself. I've got the Sean Pollock hat, and this is Sachin Tendulkar's signed training cap. Don't know whether you guys can see that clearly or not.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. And that's a boomerang, Australian boomerang. Basically, 1991 Australian team signed boomerang. I've got the Tendulkar again Test cricket hat and Virat Kohli's Test cricket hat. Going up to here, Tendulkar signed balls, where this is his farewell sort of a souvenir. Got the Don Bradman's Australian team 1934 signed photographs. Bit of more Invincibles. Don Bradman, the whole team signed. 1948, the team to Great Britain. 1938, Australian team signed sort of autograph sheet. A few things here, which is, I don't know, I'll start off with this one. This is a 1985 World Championship cricket where I think Ravi Shastri won the Audi Man of the Series.
Champion of champions.
Yes, and this is basically the bat was by one of our fellow cricketers called E.M. Prasanna.
Erapalai Prasanna, the off spinner.
Yes. Yeah, so he had this bat that the Tendulkar signed MRF bat, and just a bit more, which is the ICC cricket Indian cricket team signed bat. And one of the best one which I've got is the Captains of India signed cricket bat from 1932.
Whoa.
So it's got months. It's got Patodi from Vijay Hazare to Gavaskar, Wadekar, and all the way to sort of down to Virat Kohli and also Rahul Dravid, Tendulkar. And you can see some more sort of the bats here. That's the India-Australia. That's the whole Indian team with Mohammad Azharuddin and Tendulkar when they came to 1991-92. And this is a test. This is a wicket, which is interestingly a split wicket, which is 1934 India and West Indies. And was signed by both the teams. Some of the signatures are all fading away, so that's why I've kept it inside. And it's a wicket at the moment. It's a wicket. It's basically split between two, I think so.
Wow.
And that was the 1970 original Benson and Hedges photo frame.
Wow.
And this is Anshuman Gaikwad's blazer and tie from 1977 and 78 Australian tour. That's the master again, the greatest, with his signed sheet. And some more bats here. And this is the India versus Pakistan T20 World Cup toss, the coin the original coin which was used for the start of the game.
Wow.
And India won by 6 wickets, and Virat Kohli won the man of the match in that. Some of the autographs from 1947 and 48. The Indian team with Vijay Hazare won in that. And of course, the Don Bradman signed bat. And the last one is the Tendulkar autobiography signed. So yeah, so a bit overcrowded, but I think so we're getting there. Hopefully that'll come out soon. And that's Saurav Ganguly's playing jersey, which is signed by Saurav Ganguly here. This is Srishant. That's Jimmy Amarnath, Mohinder Amarnath. And I don't know whether you guys were keen. This is the MCG carpet which got laid. It's just this is the last bit of the carpet which have been able to get hold of. And this is the original carpet which was laid in the MCG in the members sort of ground. And now when they laid the new carpet, they basically took out this old carpet as a, and basically I got a hand of it as a souvenir. So there you go. Little treasure.
Nikhil, you know, I have not had a moment in my life when Tinku, Mahesh, and myself are together and
Yep.
we are spellbound and not saying a word. Because you got us like kids in a candy store where we don't know what to look at and, you know, what to. I mean, this is fantastic, brother.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
I mean, I knew he has a collection, but
So-
I had never had an idea it will beat any museum. It will beat the museum which we made in Kolkata. I mean, his personal museum. I think we are in touch with Moria doing this, like the person who wrote the book for Sachin Tendulkar.
Yes, I think that he was the one who helped me get that signed off, so which was great. And the other one, which is I don't know whether you, some of you might know, is the W.G. Grace. You know, this is 1891 signed cricket book by W.G. Grace.
No way.
Wow.
So his original April 1891. That's when he signed. So bit of history, bit of I would say bit of new stuff, bit of old stuff. Some of it is through connections, some of it through garage sales. People didn't know the true value of some. Sorry?
Nikhil, we have a viewer which has a question for you. We have Pallavi who said, this is fantastic. I have two questions.
Yeah.
Do you allow all cricket fans to have a deco of your awesome treasure? I'll let you answer that first before I ask the next one.
Do you?
Anyone who comes
sorry?
to Melbourne, anyone who comes to
Yep.
Melbourne, if you want to have a look at your collection, do you welcome them happily to have a look?
Well, of course, you know, it's just like, you know, it just makes me feel a little bit proud, you know, more than happy to come and have a look, but it's not generally displayed the way it is displayed at the moment, because, you know, my wife will surely kill me or say, you know, you got to get this out of this house.
I'm surprised you not killed you yet, because I'm sure you spent a fortune on this.
Well, so I wouldn't say I would spend a fortune on this, because some of it is through connections, some of it through a really dear friend who has passed his heritage. His father was a big collector, and he didn't want to do anything with that. He didn't follow cricket, so it was lucky enough for me to just grab my hand on that.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The next question which Pallavi had, which you may choose not to answer because probably Sunita wouldn't know, is approximately how much of your fortune have you spent on this? More importantly, how tough was this as a hobby to procure and bid for?
I think so. It wasn't tough, as I said. Like, you know, I haven't. It's some of it might be expensive. Some of it is, most of the stuff I've got is through connections. and also most of the stuff I've got is basically people want to give it away. Some of it I have paid for. I have also the Sir Don Bradman's bat, which is displayed in the museum in Kolkata, at the Fanatics Museum. So, which was a big treasure. That's a big treasure. So, the true value, I don't know how much it is, what it is, but I think so. It's just pretty close, dear to my heart at the moment. So, hopefully, I might have a public presentation one day.
Excellent. We have a viewer, Rupal Dalal Khara, who says, "Hey Nikhil, what is your most prized possession of the whole lot?"
I would say the most prized possession would be the India West Indies 1938, the wicket, which is signed by Frank Worrell and all.
The split wicket.
That because the Bradman's bat sitting at the Fanatics Museum in Kolkata, but I would say would be my first one. But at the moment at home is that wicket.
That is awesome. And we have Hem Lakhani who says, "You were born to have these collections. Way to go, bro." But Nikhil, can't thank you enough for coming on the show and showing us all this. I mean, I'm sure all of you have had probably a fantastic experience having a look at this memorabilia. And I won't be surprised if everyone who goes to Melbourne after this reaches out to us to, kind of ask us how to get in touch with you. But, buddy, what a collection. Super.
Pleasure.
It fills me with pride to know that, one of our own has managed to do so much. It's such a fantastic feeling.
Pleasure. I think so. It's an honor. I think it's great. I think so. When you came up with this idea, I was like blown away. I was like, wow, this is a rare opportunity. I've got to seize this opportunity for sure.
Thank you, buddy. It was great having you, and we will see you again soon.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Go KKR.
Go KKR.
Yes, take care.
Cheers, buddy.
See ya.
Take care, Nikhil.
See ya. Bye.
Nikhil, before you go off, we have another friend of ours from Kolkata who was with us in our growing days, Vishal Vadwa. Vicky is also in Mumbai at the moment, and he says, "Wow, Nikhil, superb collection of cricket souvenirs and memorials." So Vicky, Mahesh, Nikhil, myself, we've all played a lot of cricket together. Vicky was a misfit in the T20 generation, but a super batsman who could hold up one end and, brilliant. I mean, we'd like to have Vicky on the show one of these days because the insights that these guys provide to cricket is phenomenal. So, Nikhil, maybe the next time we have Vicky on, we'll bring you on also, and we can have a kind of an old-time story for all of us again.
Yep, indeed. And I remember there's the Vicky, Deepak, and Mahesh used to send all the kids like us at 6 o'clock to the ground to get the wicket first, so that we can be at least part of the team.
Well, so then you can thank us for kind of getting the passion going and making sure you get everywhere first, including getting the memorabilia. You got there first because we sent you to the ground first.
That's right. Yes. Indeed.
All right, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show, man.
Lovely.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See ya.
Bye, Nikhil. Take care.
Bye.
Wow, man, I am blown away by it.
Yes, I'm speechless. The kind of things he has.
Unbelievable collection.
The passion.
He's
This passion is mind-blowing.
all heart. I mean, he's really pursued this with a lot of, all heart, completely all heart. Guys, we have someone who's been waiting with us right from the beginning. We're running a Laker contest. Laker is the Rotary Club of Mumbai Lakers. We run a contest where we ask all the members to predict winners for each of the games in the coming week. And the guy we have with us is someone we could probably call the Paul of IPL this year. We asked him to predict winners of 7 games. And we went ahead and declared the winner one day before because he had 6 out of 6 on Friday morning. 6 correct winners out of 6. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Abhishek Gupta from the Rotary Club of Mumbai Lakers. Hey, Abhishek.
Hi. How are you? Good.
I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We've been keeping you waiting in the wings for a very long time.
Yeah, actually, the collection was mind-blowing, incredible it was. I think keeping such old stuff and maintained, clean, and arranged so beautifully, especially the Tendulkar stuff was really our time.
So I guess whatever prize we had in mind for you, we'll keep that for ourselves because we gave you more than what you deserved, actually. But fantastic. So, your thoughts on the IPL so far this year?
I think it's more of a upset. I think this time. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So there are a lot of teams which are dependent on the openers. I think one in between you mentioned that but openers like KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal for Punjab. So the teams which have more depth in the batting and are performing, they are kind of coming up. So if you see in Delhi Capitals, you have Marcus Stoinis, which is asset to the team in the middle overs, and that is where also Chennai is suffering because Faf du Plessis and Shane Watson are really good. Though Shane Watson have fired now, but the whole team is not playing as a unit. And I think this year, for me, the underdog is RCB, and the aggression they have shown, and Devdutt Padikkal, who's the opener, that's a discovery, I think, for IPL this year.
Excellent thoughts. Your prediction for the ultimate winner?
I would go with either Delhi or Mumbai. I think Mumbai has a super team. They have the best bowler like Jasprit Bumrah, and they have the opener Rohit Sharma, and they have Ishan Kishan who is firing as well. They have Pollard. It's like a complete team. And the second one, Delhi, is also getting there because of Stoinis in the middle overs. I think it makes them very, very strong. And the bowling has been strong with Rabada. I mean, last year Rabada was firing. This time also he has a purple cap. Let's see.
That's true because never in the past editions has Mumbai peaked so early. I mean, I don't think there's anyone happier than Tinku with Mumbai's performance this year. Tinku, your thoughts?
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Everyone has performed. Like everyone has put up their hands up. Like in some game or the other, they performed. For Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Bumrah, Pattinson, like they've got the team. They've got the team. Like they have a fantastic team this year. Like they always have. They've always had a good team. The Pandya brothers are doing well. They're coming off their own. Right time, Hardik Pandya started peaking. Pollard has started striking the ball. So Mumbai is the team to beat this year, and Delhi definitely. Like as I've been saying this in the beginning, Delhi is the team to beat this year. Like from day one, I've been vouching for them, and I still feel like as Abhishek said, it should be a Mumbai versus Delhi final, and cup to Delhi leke jayegi. As I said earlier too, I'll maintain that.
That's what most of us feel, I guess. But one bad day and the whole thing could change. Once we get to the knockout,
but I think they had one bad day. Delhi had a bad day, and they came back strongly. So,
every race has a dark horse. Don't forget that. KKR is a dark horse. From where they will pass off, you just have no idea.
every team.
Well, Abhishek, thank you for joining. We hope you continue sending us your feedback, your comments. And just to let you know, we had Virat Shah last week who won the Laker contest. This week it's you. So stick around with us because we will bring you guys back when the knockout starts. All the winners of the league stage will contest against each other in the knockout. And whether Delhi wins or Mumbai wins, I think what you should start worrying about now is whether you're going to win or not.
There's one more dark horse is Sunrisers Hyderabad, I guess, and Johnny Bairstow has done exceptionally well. I'm looking out for that team as well.
They can pull a trick or two out of their bag and upset the best team on their given day.
Yes.
Well, great, Abhishek. Thank you once again, and we look forward to having you again on the show, probably as the winner of the Laker contest, the mega contest towards the end. Till then, stay safe, stay tuned. And we will see you again soon.
Sure. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye, Abhishek. Yeah. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
We have a viewer, Nishant Bhutoria from Kolkata, who says Owen Morgan should open the innings for KKR. That would be a very positive move. I would beg to differ with Nishant because I think with Tripathi and Shubman Gill, they played well in one game. Owen Morgan is doing beautifully in the middle order. You need someone to, kind of step it up and no one better than Owen Morgan in the middle order, I would think. Do you guys differ on that, or do you guys think that Nishant has a point here?
No, I differ there. I feel Ian Morgan should be in the middle order. When to consolidate the innings, he is just the right man with the right temperament and the right talent. He should be where he is at the moment.
Tinku, your thoughts on Owen Morgan?
Same. He can consolidate. He can be a finisher in the end. So middle is the right thing for him.
Well,
He has
Nikhil,
a cool head.
Nikhil
So,
continues to say that openers should be fixed, no changes should be made. Well, as much as I agree with you, Nikhil, I think Nareen looked like a complete misfit for KKR. Part. Now that we have Tripathi, who's played well, if Tripathi fails in a couple of games, we shouldn't just again put him down the order or drop him because he's had a bad game or not. You know what really excited me about Tripathi was a video with Dinesh Karthik after the last game where Tripathi is walking off the ground and he sees Shah Rukh Khan and his eyes lit up. It was like a fanboy moment for a cricketer like it's phenomenal, man. I mean, these are small joys of life for even a big player. Big, I say, because he's been on the IPL circuit for a while now. But nice to see these guys show the kind of emotions they do.
Even Harsha Bhogle pointed it out. I mean, he's talking to me, but he's looking up there.
And he won almost all the prizes the other day. I mean, I think the maximum number of sixes, game changer. He had everything in his bag that day. And it feels nice to see a cricketer like this who does not have the backing of the big brands or the major endorsements to take away these kind of prize monies, because this money means a lot for them, and it would not mean as much for a big guy like say a Virat Kohli or anyone else who's already playing for the Indian team. So yeah, I mean, hats off to IPL for doing what they are doing for these cricketers and their livelihoods. We were discussing this amongst friends last week, and when IPL was not around, we had a lot of other good guys like the likes of Amol Mazumdar and all, Wasim Jafar, who could not make it big. I mean, and it's good to see that they are now on the coaching team of some teams, but they didn't make the big money which cricket should have given them when they were playing in their heydays. But I guess that is life. That is the past. We have to live in the present, which brings us to the points table. Ashlyn, if you could help me with the points table on the screen, please. There you go. Delhi Capitals right at the top. No surprises there. Mumbai Indians, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Bangalore, Chennai, Rajasthan Royals, and Kings 11 Punjab. Kings 11 Punjab has a long way to go. They need to really, really up the game from here on if they need to make an impact. But let's take the top four. Do you think these are the top four who will make it?
I think the top two. I think the top two should remain there. So number 3 and 4, there are changes possible. A lot of teams can come up and down. Top two definitely. Delhi and Mumbai are a complete package this year, so I don't see them being out from there. They should be there. For 3 and 4 is going to be a matchup for the rest 6 of them. And any team can beat any team. Like the fortunes can change anytime. Maybe Kings 11, Gale comes in today, plays a blinder, and Kings 11 confidence goes up, and they move right up. So because it's still very close. Like after 6 games, it's 8-6-6-4-4. So anytime, and like they can still come up. All the teams can come up.
Very little.
Rajasthan Royals with Ben Stokes coming back in the team, they can climb up because that will do the right balance to their team. CSK,
CSK out of practice. He didn't play the last few games versus Australia, and he's been away in New Zealand for a while now. So Ben Stokes, but again, he's a player par excellence, so it won't take him much to get back onto the ground and do what he does best. But we have to wait and watch and see what he can pull out of his bag. Mahesh, the top 4 for you, do you think this will change, or you think this is going to be a constant?
I think top 2 remains the same. Out of the 3rd and 4th, there'll be one change. I think Chennai Super Kings has a chance to come in the top 4. And let's see Sunrise and KKR, but I would prefer KKR to be there. That's another story. But the question which I would like to put you on, Deepak, you've played a lot of cricket during our, school, college days. a team which is right at the bottom, like losing 5 out of their 6 games, say Punjab, how do they prepare themselves mentally? Like, it's not that, every game they take it as an individual game. The pressure of such huge losses is always playing on your mind. Like, the confidence levels does get hit. So how do you deal with something like this, Deepak?
Mahesh, to be honest, I think anyone who's already playing at this level is going to have a strong mind, anyways, because they've been through highs and lows in their personal career also. As a player, you could, there's something that we always been hearing as we were kids, that form is temporary but class is permanent, right? And I don't think any of these players in the Punjab lineup, for example, since you cited them, is short on class, right? Fact remains is that they've been woefully out of luck. What they need to do is really believe that all they need is that one little change, one win could turn it around. And it's a very possible thing that they might do it, because if you've seen in the previous editions, you've had the likes of Mumbai losing 5 games in a row, right? And a team of champions, right? You had Lendl Simmons, you had Rohit Sharma, you had the Pollards, the Pandyas, and one game, and from there on, they just seem to be like a different side, unbeatable. So I think it's not that they have to develop that mindset; they have the mindset. It's just that little bit of luck. On a day when they can bring that luck into the game and win it, you will see a different side thereafter.
I wish Punjab 11 all the best. But
well, for the sake of argument, yeah.
But probably after this match,
Not today. Not today. I agree with you. Completely agree with you. Ashlyn, very quickly, if you could just show us the games that are coming up this week, and then we will wrap up and get ready for our viewing of the matches today. So, these are the matches. I won't read them out for you because I guess you all don't even need to read the name of the teams. You can identify them with their logos. But this is what the week starting today looks like. And we will now wind up for today and come back next week to review these matches that we just showed you. So, parting thoughts, MP?
I'm looking forward for the 11th October match, Mumbai Indians and Delhi River. Both 2 top teams, and we would actually come to know who's actually at the real top.
Big game.
Yes, and I hope this week the match is more interesting. Like we would not like to see those one-sided matches which we've been seeing this week. So let's hope for some more interesting matches, like we saw the week earlier to that.
Tinku, your thoughts on the coming week?
The Delhi Mumbai game, definitely. That's the game to watch out for in Sharjah. A high scoring ground. Hopefully, they're the best teams. That will be fun. I even feel tonight's game versus Kohli versus Dhoni, CSK versus RCB. Even that should be an interesting game. Ex-captains like Dhoni's the ex-captain, Kohli's the current captain. So even that should be an interesting game. So a good week to look forward to. All the games look interesting, according to me.
We all know Kohli has a lot of respect for Dhoni, but is that going to translate on the field? Is he going to show respect for Dhoni and not play well? Or is Kohli going to bring out his best and put CSK down? That remains to be seen. But yes, guys, all I'm hoping for is some great games this week, because we had a slightly boring week last week. I hope we have some really close contests. What I do feel is that from now on, the scoring on these grounds is not going to be as easy as it has been, because these pitches, it's the same pitches that are being used over and over again. So it's going to start gradually becoming a little bit more of a bowler's game. And we have the likes of the Rabadas, the Ashwins, the Bishnois, the Arshdeep, everyone having a go at these batsmen. So keen contest on the cards. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And as we always say, no matter who we support, may the best team win.
Yeah.
So that's it from us, guys. We will see you again next week. Till then, stay safe. Wear your masks when you go out. COVID hasn't gone anywhere, but IPL is here. Stay home. Enjoy these games. Take care.
Guys, in Mumbai, Maharashtra, the bars are open. That doesn't mean you'll just go out. Take care. The virus is still there. Watch the game from the comforts of your home. The bar is in your home too. So no need to step out and be too strong. Enjoy. Have a great weekend, guys.
All right. Have fun.
Tiku, I think a message for the Punjabis would be that if you don't have a bar at home, get into your car and use the Karo bar.
Karo bar. Dil bole hadippa. Let's do that today.
All right, guys. Have a great week ahead. Cheers, man.
Bye bye. Bye bye, guys.